So you want to find all the major pentatonic positions instantly. Like you're playing D major and you want to go to position 3. You don't want to go, I'm not sure where it is. You're playing B flat. You want to go to position 5. You want to go straight to it. All those sorts of things, yeah? This video will tell you exactly how to do that, to be able to jump to all the major pentatonic positions in any key instantly. I did a video a while back, I'll link to it here, on how to find the minor pentatonic positions instantly, which is really popular. So now I'm going to do how to find the major pentatonics instantly. So the video at the start you saw was me playing over a B flat blues. I'm going to do a breakdown of that on my Patreon channel. So if you want to check that out, if you just click the link below here on Patreon, that will take you there. And that will show you exactly what I was doing in that solo. And most importantly, what I was thinking across it. Because to me, that's always the most important thing. Is what is a player thinking? Why is he doing what he's doing? More than what he's doing, why is he doing what he's doing? So I'm going to go through that bit by bit on the Patreon channel. Okay. So how to find all these major pentatonic positions straight away, straight under your fingers. Okay. So let's do it in a nice easy key to start off with. Let's do this in the key of A, right? But I'm going to shift the keys around because we need to be able to find these positions in any key. So we're going to start off with this A chord here, right? So an A7 chord. Now, to find the pentatonic position associated with that, this is the simplest one. It's position 2 and it's under your fingers, right? So position 2 is there, right? Now what that means is, the way you want to think about this is that the key is with these root notes here. So if I'm soloing, right, if I'm soloing and I find myself in this position, I'm finding myself on this A note or around this area, I might be an A minor pentatonic and I want to switch to A major pentatonic, I see this as a reference note, right, and then I see this chord off it and then I'm thinking position 2. Right, so my reference points are the notes on the E string. I see the chord built around that, and you can see this chord within the scale. You can see that on the screen, yeah? Right, so whenever I find myself on an E root note, I think of this chord and I see position 2 around it. So let's just do that in a different key. Let's say I'm soloing and I find myself around this area, right? I don't have to be, and I'm thinking D by the way, I don't have to be on this D note. I just see myself in this area, right? And I want to play D major pentatonic position 2. I see this D note, I see this chord, right? And I've got position 2 around it. Let's say I'm around this area and I'm thinking F sharp, I want to play F sharp major pentatonic. I see that note, I see the chord, and I see the scale, right? So that is position 2. So I'm using an E major shaped bar chord for position 2. And I'm thinking of the E string. Right, now for position 3, what I'm thinking of is the B string. So what do I mean by that? Let's do A again. So I'm seeing this note here, right? And I'm seeing from this note, this little chord, right? The chords are the key to this, right? The chords help me find these positions. It's very much a cage-based approach, right? So from this, I'm thinking position 3, and I know position 3 is down from here. Yeah? Right there, so there's position 3. That is my reference point, this B string with this D chord formed around it. And that D chord gives me part of the scale, doesn't it? There it is. Right, so let's say I want to play E major pentatonic around this area. I'll see this E note here and I'll build position 3 around that. So that's position 3 of the E major pentatonic. So now basically I've got 2 positions, all right? So say I'm around here and I want to play E. Obviously I go to an E string root and I'm thinking position 2. But if I'm around here and I want to play E, I'm seeing this note here and I'm playing off this chord. Okay, so once you've got these all down, you quickly figure out which reference note you want. You see the chord built around that and then the scale, right? And that happens like that. It happens super quick. The same as when you see that note and you think A minor pentatonic and you just see it, all right? You'll just see it, but it takes a bit of time. You didn't see that the first time. The first time you ever did that, it was probably a bit of a struggle, but you don't think it's a struggle now because you've been doing it for so long. So we've got position 2 and position 3. So let's look at position 4, right? Position 4 is similar to position 3 in the way I see it, all right? So let's go back to this chord here. Position 3 is below that chord. Position 4 is above it. So I'm just seeing that chord again. And if you remember when we did a bit about Cage a while back, the D shape and the C shape, they're kind of linked together. There's the D shape, there's the C shape. So position 4 is really coming out of this C shape, right? But I'm seeing it off the D shape because it's easier, because I've already got the D shape in my vocabulary of referencing. So rather than put another idea in there to overcomplicate my system, I'm just keeping my system simple. And I'm seeing position 4 above there and position 3 below it. All right, okay. So we've done position 2, position 3, position 4. We're going to do it at the end. We're going to go through a load of random stuff and just find this stuff all over the place and give you a little exercise to do to help you with that. So now we've done 2, 3, 4, and we're now on position 5. So let's go back to A. So for that, for position 5, I'm seeing this A-shaped bar chord here. My reference point is there, right? So when I want to find position 5, I'm thinking of this A note here. I'm finding it in A, aren't I? I'm seeing this chord. I'm building position 5 off this chord. Yeah, so there's position 5. Okay, let's do position 1 at the same time because it's a similar sort of concept to the position 5 one. Instead of taking this A as a reference point, I'm taking this one here. Right? So position 5 is off this, they're off the same chord, right? So we're off this A chord, position 5 is under my fingers, and position 1 is off this G string here, this A note off the G string. So now we've got a system for all chords. So let's put this into practice. So let's say I'm just playing around, I'm here, and I'm thinking, right, I want to play A major pentatonic. All I've got to do is find an A note around there, right? Okay, my A note would be there, right, on the B string. Obviously, you have to know the notes on the strings. If you don't know that, go and watch my video on how to learn all the notes on the fretboard. So I see that there. Yeah, I see my little D chord there. And then I'm seeing position 3 built off it. So I can jump straight to position 3. Or I could jump straight to position 4, couldn't I? In A major. Right, let's try another one. Let's go, I don't know, C, right? C. So what I'm seeing now is I'm finding a C around there. Well, I could go to that C or that C. It doesn't matter. If I go to that C, I've got position 5 under my fingers. If I go to this C, I've got position 1 under my fingers, because that's my reference point for position 5. That's my reference point for position 1. So let's try another one. Let's go in this area of the fretboard and let's try G, right? So G, I'm finding a G note here. Well, there's a G note there, okay? What's my reference for this? Position 5. Okay, so what I'm saying is, wherever you end up on the fretboard, you can instantly jump into a major pentatonic in that area, in whatever key you want to, right? Using this system. And that is really powerful. Now, the other way to think of it is to think, right, I want to play position 2 in B flat major. So you think position 2, what's the system? Position 2, what I do with that is I go from the E root, B flat, right, and position 2's under my fingers straight away. So I want to play B flat in position 3, okay? I remember that the B string is my reference point. I see this little shape, right? So I want to do position 5 in B flat. I remember the A string is my reference point now. Position 5 is under my fingers. So it takes a bit of work, but once you've got there, you've got there, you know, and you'll be able to find these pentatonic positions straight away in a major key, right? Remember, if you want to do this in a minor key, check my video at the start that I linked, one that I did a while back. So let's just go over these again. Let's go over all the different positions and all the reference points, because that's what you need to know. So we're going to start with position 2, because position 2 in, let's say we're in B flat here, right? It's right under your fingers, isn't it? Right? So position 2 is off an E string root, and we're thinking of this E major shape bar chord and building position 2 around it. Okay? So position 2, E string root. Position 3 and position 4 are B string roots. Okay, and I'm thinking, let's go back to B flat again. I'm seeing this little D shaped chord here, right? My position 3 is below it, and position 4 is above it. So position 3 and position 4 in the system are both linked off the B string, right? Position 5 is off the A string, right? And I'm thinking of this A-shaped chord here. Right here. And then finally, position 1. Okay, that's linked off the G string. Right? So once you get your head around that and you do this little exercise, you'll be able to find these straight away. Now, the exercise I suggest you do is just to find some random ones and pick them out. Let me give you a few, right? So obviously you need to do a bit of work before you try this next bit. So let's say I want you to find position 2 in E. How are you going to do that? Maybe you want to pause the video now and think about it. Position 2 in E is you find a root on the E string, you find the E-shaped chord, and then you've got position 2 there, haven't you? All right. Let's say you want to find position 4 in A. Pause the video. Okay, so position 4, you think, what is my reference point for position 4? You know it's the B string. So you find this little chord here, and there's position 4 here. All right, now I'm sure you can make up some of these of your own. And the other way to do it as well, the flip way to do it, is to just stop at any random point on the fretboard and say, right, I want to find B flat major, okay? And then you find a B flat note where you are. I've got a B flat note there, right? And then I'm thinking position 2, right? Or I could have chosen that B flat note there, couldn't I? And then done position 1. So you want to do it in both ways. So when you're playing, you're totally confident of finding all these major pentatonic positions. Do check me out on Patreon. The solo at the start of this video is over on Patreon for you to have a look at over there. Loads of good stuff on there, including the cross system. There's a massive cage workout on there, lots of stuff on triad, all sorts of things. A lot of content now on my Patreon system for you to check out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch you next time.